I'm so excited to make this video on tapping. It's something that I've been wanting to do for some time now, and with everything that's going on in the world and us just needing to move through challenging situations, this is a tool that I come back to probably not as often as I would like to, but it is a tool in my toolbox for feeling good, so I thought that I would record this video and share. So tapping, also known as EFT, stands for the Emotional Freedom Technique. And whenever we're experiencing a challenging emotion, whether that's anger, grief, frustration, overwhelm, sadness, we need to feel that emotion. We can't just, suppress it, push it down. We can't numb it with food, drinking, Netflix binging, that kind of thing. We need to be present with it, and we need to move through it and then move it out of our body so that we can move on with the things that we want to do and feeling the way that we want to feel. With that said, every situation that we go through is going to require a certain amount of time to process emotions, and so getting upset about something that maybe your neighbor did may take less time versus getting over something that like a friend did that impacted you negatively, for example. So it's not like a super quick solution for everything, but the idea is that you use it as often as you need to. Maybe it's daily, maybe it's a couple times a day, that kind of thing, and only you're the one who will decide what feels good for you. So with the technique, how it works is we start off by saying what's called, I believe, a startup phrase, and we hit what's called the karate chop point. So it's just right outside your like right underneath your pinky. So we're gonna hit that like 3 times as we speak, and then we're gonna go through these different acupressure points. And the idea is that as we tap these certain points on our body, it allows the emotion to release. It allows the nervous system to calm down. So the thoughts that sometimes we think when we're experiencing those emotions aren't as triggering. They aren't as productive of negative emotions. So the points are, after the karate chop point, we're gonna go to like the top of the eyebrow, outside of the eyebrow or outside of the eye, underneath the eye, under the nose, under the bottom lip or your chin, collarbone, under the arm, and then top of the head. And that's considered 1 round, and then we repeat. So usually with this technique, you're gonna do about 5 rounds, saying any sort of like negative phrases that may be coming up for you. And as you start to feel better, you start to do the positive rounds. And so I'll point this out when we get to it. You definitely want to be sure to drink some water before and then also after. And then before you get started, you want to rate where you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of the intensity of the negative emotion. So if I'm feeling grief and overwhelm over something I saw in the news, maybe it's around like an 8, a 9, or a 10. I'm gonna write it down, because after I do the tapping, it might be 5, 10, 15 minutes, just kind of depending. Afterwards, I want to re-rate it. That way I can know where I'm at compared to where I was before. So that is tapping in a nutshell. The last thing I just wanted to say is there are a lot of really great practitioners out there who you can definitely look up. Brad Yates is one, Gala Darling is another favorite of mine, and then there's Nick and Jessica Ortner, their brother and sister, and they created the movie The Tapping Solution. So those are just a couple of people that you can feel free to search in YouTube and find their tapping scripts. There's a whole lot out there, but this one that I'm going to lead you through is more geared towards what we're kind of going through right now with the Black Lives Matter movement and working on social justice and health disparity and like all the things. So that will be in the next video.